Hi, this is Alex. So the other day we went to Epcot Center, and although I really like all of the pavilions, my favorite has got to be the Japanese pavilion. And the reason is they have the cutest little store called, I believe it's called the Mitsukoshi department store. Anyways, they have a ton of adorable things in there, all Japanese items from the cutesy to the more traditional. I would have bought way more items if we had time, but we were already tired. We had gone halfway through and we were ready to go home. But we got to the bonsai portion and I had to buy a bonsai. So we not only bought a bonsai, but we bought a bonsai kit also. One that you would, just buy in the box like it shows and put it together yourself. All right, so the assembly instructions state to open your kit and remove all components, which we have already done. Now it says to place the brown soil disc, that's this, in 1/2 cup of water. Well, we've already measured the water, so we'll open up the soil disc, which it is a disc of soil. And we are placing it in the water. So it says, after the water has been absorbed, fluff up the growing medium. So we've got to wait for all that water to be absorbed, and then we can do that. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is step number 3, which says cover the bottom of the container with a layer of pebbles for good drainage and save the remaining pebbles. So the bottom of it's got pretty big holes in it. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of the moss first and put in there just to cover up those giant holes. Otherwise, those teeny little rocks are going to go right through it. So I did that. If you can see that. And now it came with these rocks also. Oh, look. Check this out. It's absorbing the water pretty good. So I'm putting a small layer for drainage. Oh, that's kind of a cute rock, so I'll keep that one for the top. All right, so that's pretty good. Then remove your tree from the grow pot. Loosen the bottom of the soil and roots with your fingers. Try not to disturb the soil at the center or top of the root mass. And place your tree in the container and spread the roots loosely, keeping them within the container. So, oh wow, check out our soil. Let's see. All right, so here's the tree that we showed you earlier. Here it is. Let's see what those directions said again. Hold on. All right, so we covered the bottom with the pebbles and we've saved some. So now we're going to loosen the tree from the grow pot, or remove the tree. Loosen the bottom of the soil and roots with your fingers and try not to disturb the soil at the center or top of the root mass. So, do I just pull? All right, well, there's still a lot of dirt at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that, but I am going to do what they said. I don't know what this stuff is. It must be stuff to absorb or keep the water in. They're like, can you see that? They're like little gelatinous type items. Anyways, I am spreading the root mass without trying to disturb the tree too much. Now fill the container with the potting medium from the hydrated disc to cover all the roots, and firmly pack with your fingers, keeping the soil level and slightly below the top of the container. So here is that. I hope I got the root mass. So this in place. I am going to push. Now this soil here from the disc feels a lot different from the soil that was in the pot that the plant came in. I am definitely, not going to be using all of that soil because I am pushing it down pretty hard and making a big mess with my fingers. All right, now I'm going to really squish it down. And it wants it to be a little bit lower than the top of the pot itself. So I put a little paper plate underneath the pot. Try not to make too much of a mess, but it hasn't really helped. They're still pretty messy. All right, so pack firmly with your fingers, keeping the soil level and slightly below the top of the container. I think I have succeeded. And then watering bonsai is very important. Using a misting attachment on a hose or sink to slowly water through the foliage until water drips through the hole in the bottom of the container. Never let it dry out. So I'm going to go take that and let it run through. I will be right back. All right, so I watered it very thoroughly. Now it says to place moss in water for a few minutes, then place it on top of the soil around the tree. Press firmly in place and then decorate the rest of the surface with the remaining pebbles. So there's no way I'm going to be able to use all of this moss in this little container. So I'm going to grab about half of it. Oops. That made a mess. But let me go grab that and wet it. So I just wet it. And so I'm going to place it around the tree trunk, kind of, like about there. And I'm going to take the rocks. Gosh, I'm not good at this. The cool thing about this kit is it looks like if I got another little pot and another little tree, I would have enough material to do one more. So I'm going to show you the difference. So we bought these at the same time. This here, oops, now I'll get it cleaned up a little bit, but this is right here, the one I made from the kit. Now behind it here, which you can see is considerably bigger also, this is the one that I purchased from the store. It is way cuter. It also had a little this, which I can take off. But this was $22.50. Pretty good deal, I thought, for a pre-potted bonsai. The kit was $19.95, so I saved a whole $2.55. And this is what I got. So this would make a really good gift, actually, especially if I had to send it somewhere, because it came in a good pot. It had, you know, everything that it really needed, plus a little bit more. And, you know, it's kind of fun to make your own. Eventually, I will try to, you know, create this into a bonsai. Plus, now I have directions on how to care for a bonsai, so I can care for both of these, because I have not watered this one since we bought it, and apparently you must keep it wet. So I need to water this as soon as I finish this video. But it tells you how to make it, so you've got these instructions, and it tells you how to care for it and how to repot it, because eventually these are going to grow out of these pots and you're going to need to repot them. So I hope this was helpful. This is the amount of dirt we have left over, so definitely enough for another pot. Here is what I have left over of the moss. This is what I have left over the rock, and I think I was pretty liberal with the rocks, both on the bottom and the top. They sold these really cute little flat bottoms, black bottoms, for $9.95, and I was too cheap to buy one. But since they have such big holes on the bottom and you have to water them and let the water drain really well, I wish I would have bought one. So next time I go to Epcot, Epcot, then I am going to buy two. One for the one that I purchased, and one for my kit that I made. I hope you enjoyed the semi-tutorial, which really wasn't a tutorial, but I just showed you how to put the kit together. And please subscribe to our channel. We are still in the process of learning how to do all of this. We would love for you to subscribe and to like, and just give us your support, because we are new, we're old, and we really don't know how to use technology yet, so we're getting there. So thanks, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.